call police.
He unleashed an all-out assault on our institutions of our democracy.
All indications are that the president has become unmoored, not just from his duty, nor even his oath, but from reality itself.
And you're hearing it there. Lawmakers on both sides of the aisle tonight blaming President Trump for inciting the violence. Many calling on Vice President Mike Pence to invoke the 25th Amendment. KSL investigator Brittany Glass joining our team coverage tonight. And Brittany, you took a closer look at the constitutional power and really whether it's even possible in this case. We don't hear a ton about the 25th Amendment.
That's exactly right, Mike. We usually talk about it when a president is undergoing a medical procedure, and while he's under, power is temporarily given to the vice president until he wakes up. In these cases, a president invokes the 25th Amendment. But tonight, we're talking about invoking the amendment against the president. That has never happened.
We are in a very difficult place in our country as long as Donald Trump still sits in the White House.
Calls to remove President Donald Trump from office heard across the country from lawmakers on both sides of the aisle.
And it's a genuine question today whether he can keep our country safe for the next 2 weeks.
The president is unfit. It's time to invoke the 25th Amendment and to end this nightmare.
Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer tweeting Thursday, President Trump incited the riots at the Capitol and, quote, must not hold office one day longer. The 25th Amendment was added to the Constitution in the 60s in the aftermath of JFK's assassination.
It's only been invoked a handful of times in modern history.
More than 50 years later, University of Utah law professor Ronell Anderson Jones says Vice President Mike Pence would play the critical role in the process.
The vice president plus a majority of the cabinet write a letter specifying that the president is unfit. When the letter is received by Congress, powers of the presidency are assumed by the vice president.
The president could then fight it with his own letter. If Trump were overruled, Congress has 21 days to weigh in. But Trump has fewer than 13 left in office.
The leadership of the House and the Senate could, of course, by even stalling a vote a small amount, just run out the clock on the Trump presidency.
Senator Mitt Romney told Capitol reporters, quote, I think we've got to hold our breath for the next 20 days. Congressman John Curtis doubts it'll happen.
If you're going to invoke the 25th Amendment, you're going to overturn the will of the people. And that should not be done lightly.
Curtis believes those who think otherwise aren't being realistic.
So their only conceivable motivation would be to just increase the temperature. And that's exactly the wrong direction of where we need to be going right now.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi said today if Vice President Pence and the cabinet don't take action, Congress may be prepared to move forward with impeachment. Several lawmakers I spoke with say it's unlikely there's time to do that. But technically, Mike, it is possible.
Yeah, again, though, it kind of goes back to that timing, right? It doesn't seem like there's enough time at all.
Right, 13 days.
Okay.